Hey everyone and welcome. If you're a creative pro, you know the deal. Trying to buy a new monitor feels impossible. It's just this jungle of specs, weird acronyms, and marketing hype. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to build a super simple framework to help you choose the absolute perfect monitor for your work.
You've seen the ads, right? Bigger is better. You need a crazy high refresh rate, 4K, 5K, 8K. But honestly, when it comes to the work we do, those flashy numbers can be pretty misleading. The truth is, the best monitor isn't about having the biggest specs on paper. It's about finding the right balance for how you actually work.
So let's just bust the biggest myth right out of the gate. Size. We're kind of programmed to think that a giant screen means giant productivity. But as you're about to see, once you go past a certain point, a bigger screen can actually start to work against you.
Okay, let's talk about ergonomics for a second. With something like a 40-inch ultrawide, you can see everything just by shifting your eyes. It fills up your field of view perfectly. But the second you jump to a massive 49 or 57-inch monitor, you're not just moving your eyes anymore, you are physically turning your head side to side all day long. That's not just annoying, it's flat out inefficient and exhausting.
And look, this isn't just my opinion. You see this everywhere online. User feedback again and again points to that 34 to 40-inch range as being the absolute sweet spot for getting work done. The whole point is to find a monitor that helps your workflow, not one that literally gives you a pain in the neck.
So, if it's not just about getting the biggest screen, what should we be looking for? Well, the solution is to just ask 3 simple but really powerful questions. This little framework is going to be our guide through all the key decisions to find a monitor that's genuinely tailored for you.
First question, what's your sweet spot for clarity? And notice I didn't just say resolution. Clarity is about the delicate dance between screen size, resolution, and this thing called pixel density. Getting this right is absolutely non-negotiable for anyone doing detailed work or just staring at text all day.
And that brings us to maybe the most important spec that nobody talks about, pixel density, or PPI. The best way to think about it is like the thread count on bed sheets. The higher the PPI, the sharper and clearer your text and images are going to be. For most of us not using an Apple display, that 110 to 140 PPI range is the magic zone for super crisp visuals without having to deal with any weird software scaling.
And this right here is why the dimensions of the resolution matter so much more than the diagonal size of the screen. Just look at the vertical pixels. A 40-inch 5K 2K monitor gives you 2160 pixels of vertical space. That's true 4K height. Those super popular 49-inch models, they only give you 1440. If you're a video editor, a coder, a designer, that extra vertical real estate is an absolute game changer. You just see so much more of your timeline, your code, your artboard. It's huge.
Okay, let's get into our second question. We've figured out our perfect size and clarity, but now we have to choose the actual engine that powers the display, the panel technology. And this is where the big trade-offs really come into play, mostly between 2 main camps, IPS and OLED.
So on one side, you have IPS panels. These are the workhorses of the industry. They're predictable, they're super reliable, and they give you fantastic, consistent color accuracy across the whole screen. For any color-critical work, IPS is the safe, proven, and honestly, the worry-free choice. And on the other side, you have OLED, the undisputed king of contrast. With OLED, every single pixel makes its own light. That means you get perfect, inky, true blacks, and basically an infinite contrast ratio. The result is this stunningly vibrant picture with absolutely zero motion blur. It is a dream for watching movies or working in dark mode.
So, which one is for you? Well, this table really lays it all out. OLED just crushes it on contrast and motion clarity, no question. But it comes with that risk of burn-in and a weird little quirk for Mac users, which we'll get to in a sec. IPS is your worry-free option, giving you amazing color without any of those risks. There is no single best panel here, only the one that's best for your priorities.
Okay, all my Mac users out there, listen up, because this one's important. Most OLED monitors use a subpixel layout that macOS just isn't designed to handle, and the result can be text that looks kind of fuzzy or has weird colored edges. Now, it's not a total deal breaker, and there are tools like Better Display that can help fix it, but it's a hassle. It's a hassle you just don't have with an IPS panel.
All right, on to our final question, and this one is all about pure practicality. A monitor is so much more than just a screen. It's the central hub for your entire desk. How it connects and plays with all your other gear can seriously make or break your daily workflow. If you use more than one computer, like maybe a work PC and a personal Mac, a built-in KVM switch is a feature that you will fall in love with. It lets you plug your keyboard, mouse, webcam, everything directly into the monitor, and then you can switch control between your computers with a single button press. It is the ultimate desk declutterer. It's amazing.
And for Mac users especially, Thunderbolt 4 is pretty much the holy grail of connectivity. It's the one cable to rule them all. Seriously, it handles your video, high-speed data for your USB devices, and it can even charge your laptop, all through one single, beautiful cable. It basically turns your monitor into a super powerful, clutter-free docking station.
So we've gone through our 3 questions, we've talked size and clarity, panel tech, and connectivity. Now let's put it all together and see how this framework actually helps us pick a monitor for a few common creative profiles.
First up, we've got the all-around Creative Pro. This is someone who lives in the Adobe Creative Suite, or Figma, or Cinema 4D. They need dead-on color accuracy, tons of sharp screen space, and absolutely zero hassle. For this person, a 40-inch 5K 2K IPS monitor is the perfect match. It's a reliable, super high-fidelity canvas for their best work.
Next, we have the immersive media enthusiast. This could be a video editor, an animator, or maybe just someone who wants the most mind-blowing visual experience possible. They are chasing those perfect OLED blacks, and they're okay with managing the quirks of the tech. For them, a high refresh rate quad OLED monitor is going to deliver that cinematic wow factor they're looking for. And finally, the productivity maximizer. This is the power user who's juggling a work laptop and a personal desktop, maybe switching between a Mac and a PC. Their biggest enemy is friction in their workflow. For them, the features are everything. A great IPS monitor with a built-in KVM and a Thunderbolt hub, that's not just a display, it's the command center for their entire setup.
So at the end of the day, that's really what this is all about. Your monitor is the single most important tool you interact with every single day. It's your window to your craft, to your code, your designs. So the question is, are you looking through the window that lets you do your best work? Hopefully this framework helps you find that perfect view.